Yo, welcome back to another episode. But hold on, this don't look like right. Hold on, it doesn't seem right. Oh, that's a lot better. It's almost like I got a camera now. Okay, lame intro aside, I actually have a camera now. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm using my phone now. I have a different setup. Instead of the nonsense that I had last week where, I couldn't do this without the camera just bugging out. I know there was like a 3-minute clip where literally I was going like this every 10 or so seconds. I wasn't even moving, but now I'm in HD, so you can see things a lot better. All right, we're just going to jump into it because I missed last week, and that was because the spring break, so I took a week off. Probably shouldn't have because there's too much going on. So now this is going to be interesting to say the least. But we're gonna do what we're gonna go through it as best as we can. All right. So to start, we're gonna start with baseball. My favorite sport. And we're gonna really get into the nitty gritty here. You see me look down? It's because I'm at my computer. It's different now. Okay. So. Got Correa to the Twins. Now, if you watched last week, you saw me not lose it, right? Because, it's at least Correa was still on the board, right, for the Yankees. And Story, because Correa and Story were there. All they had to do was sign one person. If they signed one person, they would have been fine. Nope. Correa to the Twins, Story to the Red Sox. Phenomenal. All right, so we're gonna start with Correa's contract. Correa's getting paid $35 million in 2022 and has an opt-out after 2022 and 2023. So it's a short contract, almost like the contract that the Yankees would have wanted to go for because they love this fucking rookie. Well, not even rookie. He's in Double-A. They love this kid in Double-A. Yeah. Story's contract, signing with the Red Sox. Strong for the Red Sox for sure, and Correa also strong for the Twins, big time. It'd be also big time if the fucking Yankees did something. No. Instead, we're just going to sit back and let everybody else improve as we're going to run it back with the same team, minus Luke Voit because we traded Luke Voit. What are we... Seriously, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? This is a point I want to make about Voit. The kid that they seem to absolutely love he's in Double-A, and every one of these prospects that they have brought up that is supposed to have been good hasn't been recently. Obviously back with Jeter and them, obviously. Think about it. All right, let's go way back. If you're a Yankee fan, you know what I'm talking about. Greg Bird, no. Glaber so far, but no, seriously, no, not what he was supposed to be. Miguel Andujar, no. We could even do pitching prospects if you want. Severino, no. Sanchez was a superstar in the first half of in like half a season, one of the best halves of a season I've ever seen. But is he a superstar? No, but he's good. He's good. I will defend Gary till I die. He's good. Severino hasn't been healthy enough. I don't know if I said Severino, but we're gonna just I'll assume I didn't. Frazier, no. Clint Frazier. Clark Schmidt, no. Oh right, the one that did hit. Aaron Judge, was he a top prospect? Somebody remind me. He wasn't. he wasn't. Tyler Austin was another guy. No. Look at all those prospects. Just look, the recent ones. None of them, except for one. The one who wasn't good hit. So maybe, just maybe, they need to stop playing the prospect game with a guy in AA who's not going to play. And outside of all of that, they could have gotten Correa for nothing. They could have gotten Correa on the contract that you would have wanted to sign if you're so hell-bent on this Vloat kid, who is in AA and isn't. It's so bad. It is so bad. Especially Correa, because it's like, man, he was the best shortstop out there. He took a terrible contract when you look at everybody else. And you made the market for him. You gave the Twins him. You took the Twins shortstop and third baseman, gave them a third baseman in return, but the third baseman you got back was $50 million. You gave them the money to sign the shortstop you should have signed. Why? What? Why? That's all. I don't know what else to say as to why. And then Story, there's rumors that the Yankees were going to sign Story, and I was like, yeah, no. I was like, it's not happening. It's the same shit. And then when I heard Boston was the second suitor, I was like, all right, great. Boston's going to get him. And they did. I don't have the contract specs. It doesn't fucking matter. I know it was a pretty big, it was a pretty long-term deal. I can look at it real quick. But yeah, man, it's just bad. It's just so bad. Everybody else has improved, including, well, I guess maybe the Braves didn't, the team who won the World Series. But Boston improved, Minnesota improved. If they got a pitching staff, honestly, I like them to maybe win the American League. Because, yeah, I guess Houston didn't improve because they lost Correa, but they're still going to be good. And then in the National League, the Mets improved. The Dodgers really improved. What did you do? Nothing. You didn't do anything. The Story contract was a 6-year, $140 million deal. It's just long. That's the only thing I'd say, is that it's long. But ultimately, Boston does really well, because now their middle infield is just disgusting. Xander Bogaerts and Trevor Story is filthy. Their only issue, really, defensively, is Devers, but I think he was improving. I don't remember exactly. But, man, it's just so bad. It's such a bad look for the Yankees. I don't care that they're spending the third most in the league, right? When you have so much that you could improve on, and you just go, you haven't even signed Judge yet. That's probably the best part. If you don't sign Judge, what did you do? You got Donaldson. Next year, who knows what he's going to be? This year, who knows what he's going to be? It's just, man. These are the type of off seasons where if you don't win a World Series 2 or 3 years from now, because at this point, I'm more accepting the fact that this window might only last another 2 to 3 more years, because they don't seem to want to make moves to win. And if that's the case, these are the off seasons where you got to spend money. You haven't won. You haven't even got to the World Series yet. And you're not spending any money. It's almost like you're just okay. You just lost in the wild card, and the team that beat you got better. How? It's just bad. It's really, really bad. All right, well, we're going to move on to, I guess, positive news. Last week I talked about, really quickly, I went over the New York law that didn't allow players such as Rizzo, when he wasn't vaccinated last year, to play. Well, they've changed it. So as of, I think, last week at some point, Kyrie is obviously eligible to play now. And then for the baseball season, all the guys will be out there, be able to go out there and play, which is good. It's crazy that it was a thing, especially now because it's really like, I mean, COVID's a thing, but like, you know, I feel like maybe only Cali is still dealing with bad numbers or bad-ish. But yeah, I don't know. All right, so yeah, we're gonna move over to a new segment. And it's not really new. It was something that I've been thinking about doing, and I can only really do it when there's a play that I can talk about. Now, I don't know exactly how this is going to work. I don't know if you're going to see my face currently or if it's just going to be the video. It most likely just be the video because I don't know exactly how it'll work, but we're going to be taking a look at my favorite play of the week. The play of the week, I don't know. It's not a positive thing if I'm talking about this in this fashion. So here we go. We're just going to take a look at the play starting, right now. So you got Westbrook at midcourt now, and you're going to see LeBron James, their best player. I want you to just focus on LeBron. Down 3, 4.2 seconds left. LeBron's got to be somewhat involved in this. I mean, like, he's got to exist, right? Especially with what's going on in LA. Westbrook isn't playing well. He's got to get involved. He's got to step up. They got to win games now. These are times where they have to win games, right? Let's watch LeBron, right? Shall we? LeBron is just going to stand at midcourt. He's not going to move from the logo. He's just going to sit at midcourt, leaving Westbrook to take a shot that, look, I watch Westbrook in OKC. He's more than comfortable taking those shots. Whether or not they're good, that's a whole other discussion. But he's more than comfortable taking the shots because his triple-double year, he hit everything. But what is LeBron doing? I know what he's doing, and I know why nobody in the media, I should say, I don't know why nobody in the media is talking about this, or when it happened, they didn't talk about it. LeBron doesn't want to get involved in this play, because if he misses and they lose, it's a game that's on him, and they need to win games right now. And it's against a playoff team in Toronto. He didn't get involved in the play at all. Why didn't he? I don't know. Outside that, maybe he doesn't want blame on him. Westbrook misses this shot. What's the media talking about? Westbrook, because he airballed one prior. Westbrook, he didn't hit it. He didn't hit. He took 2 shots. The ball should have been in LeBron's hands, yada, yada. LeBron isn't even involved. Not to mention that Westbrook made the defensive play prior to this to even allow this to happen. Granted, he just airballed on the last possession, but still. What is LeBron James doing? And why wasn't the media or anybody really talking about what Bron is doing? He's sitting on the logo. He is not involved in the play at all. I don't know. 35 and 20, I don't know who they are. The video quality is too garbage to see. I think it's Avery Bradley, and I don't know who the other person is, to be completely honest with you. Are at least in position to make a play. Really, the better play would be to maybe pass the 30. Well, I mean, there's only 2 seconds left, so you got to take the shot. At least they're involved in the play. Austin Reeves and LeBron. Reeves, you could kind of give whatever. He's young, he's a rookie. I don't know. It's also Westbrook is he's in prime spot. He's in a better spot than Reeves, but LeBron's got to try to do something. Don't sit at midcourt, man. Don't jog up the floor and then just tail off. He starts tailing off at about 3 seconds. He just stops. He just stops running. And I'm watching the video here. I'm back here. It should be back here. I'm watching the video down. At about 3 seconds, he starts tailing out of the play. That's just so bad. It's so bad. And it's crazy to me that nobody was... I guess because Westbrook hits the shot. Westbrook misses the shot. I still think the focus is on Russ, but maybe they talk about LeBron not doing anything. I don't know. I just know that I watched the best player, or the proverbial best player in the to ever exist. I don't think he is, but some call him that. Decide to just not get involved in the last play of the game. Which has been my biggest knock on the Lakers, is that their effort is just terrible. It's just terrible. Their effort is... it doesn't look like they try when they go out there. It just looks like they run around and they think they'll just win games by existing. And that's not how basketball works. Anybody who watches the Lakers, I think, would agree with me when I say their effort is just not there. They walk around. I watched Melo on 3 consecutive plays just not even bother for a loose ball. He was just like, ball was like right in front of him, and he was just like, whatever, I'll just go run back, play defense. It's like when they put the team together, they must have all just been like, we'll just win games by existing, but that's not how the NBA works. You got to play some sort of defense, which they don't. You got to at least try, which they don't. And they don't have the offensive firepower to just outscore everybody, especially if Westbrook really, which he hasn't been all great, and Davis hasn't played. So they just don't have that advantage over guys in the league. I don't understand why they went into the season and thought that was just going to happen. But, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments, because that play, to me, is really bad. Maybe some of the people would just be like, whatever, it doesn't matter, Westbrook made the shot, or it doesn't matter. I don't know. I just find it weird that Bron didn't even bother to try to get involved in the play. I don't know. All right, so that's going to bring me to another LA team, and a return last night of recording, because today is Wednesday. This should be up either Thursday or Friday, depending, most likely Friday. So it'd be 2 weeks since the last upload. PG's back, Paul George. I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing for the Clippers, I guess. I don't know what they're trying to do. I guess if you can make the play in, you play as hard as you possibly can, considering they've been upsetting teams all year. The job that Ty Lue's doing over there is phenomenal, and I have to give him props because I have, in the past, destroyed this man. I don't think look, I'm going to be honest, I don't think he was that good of a coach, but shit, he's proven me wrong. I thought that he was one of LeBron coaches, like, I got hired with LeBron James. LeBron had me win championships and games, and then after that, I forgot where he went, but he didn't coach well. And then I was like, yeah, obviously. But yeah, no, I really, like, for real, big props to Ty Lue, because what he's doing with that team is phenomenal. They're a good team, but as a coach, he's making them so much better. But they got PG back. If they make the play-in, they could maybe make the playoffs from there. Who knows? With Paul George, they actually have a legitimate chance. But, yeah, the PG balled out. They came back against Utah, who's a really good team, obviously, last night. So, we'll see. But I think, I don't know. It's kind of cool. OKC fan again. So, to see Paul hooping is always good. I just, their draft picks. It would have just been nice if they were dog shit this year because draft picks, but whatever. All right, so that's going to bring me to the NFL, and that's going to bring me to the insanity that was the NFL the past 2 weeks. So we're going to start with Devante Adams to the Raiders because, the AFC doesn't have enough firepower already. Yeah, I don't know at this point. So Green Bay is going to be bad, right? This is all I've gotten from this. Green Bay is going to be bad. The Raiders are going to be better than Denver. Like I said, Denver made these big moves, and that's all great. The Raiders are now just better than Denver, in my opinion. After everything's all said and done, they're better than Denver. And that is just rough. That is just rough. Because Denver could finish 4th in their division and not make the playoffs, which is just, yeah, that's rough. You did all that, and if you don't make the playoffs in the next 2 years, like I said last week, it wasn't worth it. Yeah, the NFC is just weak. It's just ridiculous. You also had Matt Ryan getting traded out of the NFC, going to the Colts, which just makes the Colts better and bolsters the AFC even more. I don't even know what the hell to say at this point with the NFC. It is ridiculous. It is literally 2 guys in the NFC. That's it. 2 people, 2 teams. Then everybody else. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what to say about. It's ridiculous between the 2 conferences. I'm really intrigued to see if come playoff time that'll benefit the NFC team that comes out. So like it's the Rams or whoever the fuck gets out of the NFC. If the fact that they don't need to play a gauntlet every single week will benefit them come time for the playoffs or even in the Super Bowl. Let's talk about an AFC team trading to an AFC team, because why would they give talent to the NFC? The Chiefs send Tyreek Hill to Miami instead of the Jets, which I don't know. Apparently that was going to be a thing. The Jets are in on a big number 1 receiver, possibly. I don't know who they'd get because I don't know who's available, but Miami takes Tyreek Hill, and look, Miami's also stacked. Their only question mark is their quarterback getting their wide receivers the football, which they will. You can just scheme to get between Parker and Tyreek Hill. Their offense is going to be disgusting. The AFC is ridiculous. I don't know. I don't. Next week we're going to learn about another Tom Brady is going to get traded to the AFC. Like, seriously, I don't know what to say anymore. It is the AFC. If you are a fan of any AFC team, God help you, because man, you're gonna go through the ringer this year. You are gonna go through the ringer this year. Every single game is going to matter. There's not going to be a single game. Because you know how, like, early on, it's like, you just lost 1 game, whatever, you can bounce back. Nope. Not in that AFC. You need every single week, especially if it's against division or especially if it's against an AFC team, you got to win those games. Absolutely. If you try to make the playoffs, you got to win everything over there. I'm just glad I'm a fan of an NFC team. So, yeah. All right. That's going to wrap up sports. And I'm going to finish with this because I think it needs to be discussed. We're going to talk about the slap heard round the world, a.k.a. Will Smith slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. Now, I'm going to play the video now.
He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
Look, I think it's right. So everybody's like, Will Smith, he's an asshole. Whatever. It's fair, but it's wrong. They're both wrong. You can't look. You can't joke about somebody's disease, man. It's just wrong. It doesn't matter if the person's comfortable or whatever. It's just wrong. It just feels wrong. Obviously, you can't go up there and smack somebody, period, because that's assault. But on live television, it makes it even worse. Yeah, I don't know. They're both wrong. So, what a hot take, because it is apparently. They're both wrong. The two of them can be wrong. You could be a comedian and make a joke that was a little too far. This joke, in my opinion, a little too far. Just a little bit. I mean, and it happens. You can make a joke, and it could be too far. The reaction shouldn't be somebody getting fucking smacked, though. But like I said, they're both wrong. They're both wrong, and they're both right, because, Chris Rock has the right to make the joke, and then Will Smith has to feel, if he feels a type of way, he should be able to defend his family, but again, not the right way of doing it at all. I do want to just talk, I don't really care. I should say that. I don't really care, but I think this is a take that needs to be said, because it's not being said enough. I do also want to talk quickly, though, about, so at the beginning of the joke, or at the punchline of the joke, they cut to Will Smith and he's laughing, and everybody's like, oh, this is either staged, or, oh, he must have, whatever. Has nobody ever in their life, and maybe it's just me, I don't know, anybody ever tell you something and it takes you a second to process it? So, anything. You can be like, hey, you get dinner, and you sit there, and you just go, yeah, right? Just takes it, because it's processing time, right? Comedian makes a joke, right? Your reaction and what you're supposed to do, no matter what, especially if you know cameras are going to be on you, is to laugh, right? So, if it takes you a second to process a joke that's being made, why the hell do people think that it's either fake or that there was a conversation or something happened in between the two? No, all that happened is that Will Smith, this is just my opinion, Will Smith took a second to process what was just said and was like, that's wrong, and he got pissed off. That's it. There's no, oh, Jada said something to him or whatever. No, no. Especially because it was literally like a second or two from when the camera switched. Okay, so my camera cut out, but it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's just wrong. That's it. It's wrong. Yeah, everybody's wrong. They're both right and they're both wrong. And people need to stop saying that one side is completely right, the other side is completely right. Because guess what? That's not how things work. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a Twitter person, so I kind of see that's how people react. So I'm kind of accustomed to it. But in my opinion, yeah, they're both right. They're both wrong. Yeah. But like I said, at the end of the day, I think it was funny. It was something to laugh at because, yeah. But I wouldn't be talking about it if people were like, yeah, no, they're both right and they're both wrong. I think everybody's taking sides, so that's why I feel like I have to talk about it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have even addressed it. But that's going to do it this week. Hope you enjoyed. We're in HD now. I could do things like this, and you could watch me do it. It's phenomenal. It's a lot better. And no, I didn't take a break for a week because of this. I actually got this. All it is a tripod. It's a tripod for the camera. That's all it is. And I got it last week, but it was spring break. I was like, I'm just gonna take the week off. Shouldn't have done that because there's a lot, and this is going to be pretty long, but that's okay. Yeah, so that's gonna do it. I will be back next week. I'm not taking a week off. I will be back next week, next Friday, because I think they're going to come out on Fridays because it just works out for me. I time record Wednesday, I edit Thursday, I upload Friday, or I upload Thursday night, Friday. So yeah, that's what's happening. I'll see you guys next week. I think that is it. Yep, that's it. All right, later guys. Peace. It didn't work. So right here, I have a controller, and this was supposed to turn this off. It didn't work. I thought it was going to be cool. It didn't work. Since you're still here and you're watching me talk about this stupid little controller, go down in the comments. Well, not in the comments, but I don't know. YouTube's fucking weird. There's a little button. It's like this. And on iOS, it has like little, I don't know the word. It's like confetti. There we go. When you hit it. It's actually kind of cool. You should look. It is kind of cool. And then there's also a subscribe button that's also in that same area. You should hit that too. Because, that'd be cool for me. And maybe cool for you. Just do it. All right. I'm going to try the controller again. See if it works this time.